In the last 24 hours, some 20 lorries of aid have crossed from Egypt to Gaza, where the situation remains grim. And I can speak now to the United Nations Under-Secretary-General for Humanitarian Affairs. That's Martin Griffiths. Martin's live in Cairo now. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Trevor. Thank you for having me on the programme.
Thank you for being with us. What can you tell us about the situation at the Rafah crossing this morning? Are there more lorries going across? Do you expect more today?
We had hoped for more today, and we had hoped for more today for a reason. The reason being that for the people of Gaza, they, as people anywhere, you and me included, would want to see uninterrupted aid coming through reliably every single day so that they know what to expect and so that the quantity is enough for them. You know, 20 trucks yesterday was a very good start, but it's nowhere near enough to provide for the needs of up to 2 million people. So we'd hoped for more today. I'm not sure we're going to get it, Trevor. We're deep in negotiation at the moment with the Israelis, the Egyptians, with huge amount of help, by the way, from the United States. But we're deep in negotiation about the essence of the inspection regime that understandably needs to take place in a war situation. Warring parties always want to check what aid is going in to make sure it doesn't include guns or whatever. We're used to this in many parts of the world, but we want to make sure it's an inspection regime that's efficient, quick, hopefully random, hopefully light, and doesn't slow down the process. So we're looking into this today. If they don't go today, we certainly expect, assume, and plan for trucks to move in tomorrow.
So to be clear, there's still work to do.
And more trucks.
There's still work to do in clearing the way. Yeah. And you think that, in fact, there probably won't be any more going across today or until that work is done?
I'm a bit pessimistic this morning, Trevor, and probably I shouldn't be. You know, it's not the right approach to life in a situation of such brutal tragedy. I'd like to see more go across this afternoon, but if they don't, we damn well want to see more going across tomorrow. Now, there are a number of things that need to happen. I've mentioned already the inspection regime. This week is also going to be a week for the United Nations and its associated agencies of operational planning. We made a breakthrough yesterday to get trucks in, the first access. That's obviously the first priority. Now we need to make sure that we have all the right aid in place with a pipeline of the right aid coming through. Each agency knows which aid it has in its hands to deliver to who it needs to happen to. And can I make one final crucial point? People need to be able to choose where they live safely and not be herded to places by others. There is no such thing.
Is that you saying that you think the Israelis are wrong to ask Gazans to move to the southern half of the Strip?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that people have a right to choose when to move, where to move, and when to move again. They have that right under international law. It is absolutely right for the Israelis to say, look, if you stay where you are, you may come up under attack and there may be peril, and you need to consider that in your decisions, your voluntary decisions about moving. No, what I'm saying is this. People should be allowed to decide where they move to. There's an old construct. You and I will know about it very well from Bosnia about safe zones. We do not believe in safe zones. We believe in people's choice about safety.
All right. Mr. Biden and Mr. Sunak and also Mr. Schultz have all been in the region trying to stop what they're calling contagion, i.e. the conflict spreading. The United Nations Secretary-General, your boss, made an impassioned plea at the Rafah crossing yesterday in front of locked gates. It feels as though all of this international activity, it might have helped a bit in getting the lorries across, but the system doesn't seem to be getting us towards a solution in any way at all.
A political solution, do you mean?
Yes, even a temporary political solution
Or an operational solution.
that would lead to some kind of cessation of violence, cessation of the violence that's taking place at the moment. I don't mean a long-term solution.
No, well, what the Secretary General said there, and he said it again at this summit yesterday outside Cairo, very, very, very clearly, is the need for what he called a humanitarian ceasefire. In other words, we need to know safe corridors, safe paths of access, safe places where people choose to live and to receive aid. People need to know where they're safe. And by the way, under international humanitarian law, places like hospitals and schools and civilian institutions are always legally safe. And that is why we choose, with UNRWA, our main agency, of course, in Gaza, to use their institutions, many of which are those. The Relief and Works Authority, that we use a lot of their institutions where many people have fled from the north to be safe in their schools and hospitals and other institutions. Those are protected areas. They are, as we put it, deconflicted and have been for many, many years. They are not subject under the law to attack.
Let me put this to you, Mr. Griffiths. I think for many people watching all of this unfold, understanding the efforts, the complications of it, the difficulties of it, many things that we don't know about and can't know about because they involve private negotiations and so on. But from the outside, it seems extraordinary that with all of the attention, all of the governments, all of the most powerful people concentrating on this area, we can't just get some lorries of food and water into this place. And that seems, from the outside, to look like, in a sense, a signal of the failure and impotence of the United Nations system itself.
Well, I, of course, would disagree with you on that. The United Nations itself, the system itself, we have been working from the first day, from that awful April the 7th, every single day to get those trucks in. The decision as to who lets trucks in and who lets trucks out is not a decision by people like me. We want trucks in every day. By the way, this is not the only part of the world where we see difficulties of getting aid to people. Go to Sudan, as you know, you will see the same situation there. Yeah. Go to Afghanistan, go elsewhere. Yeah. What we see is a world in which violence and war has become an instrument of policy.
Okay. Ms. Griffiths, thank you very much. I have no doubt we'll be speaking to each other again.